SAMP, one of the most important aspects of GTA San Andreas. This was the prime of many players in the late 2000s and even now, where you could do anything you want. You just have to be creative. Role-playing Wall Street versus the police? Why not? Jetpack shootouts in the open? Of course! Jetpack scientists fighting the army with Mac-10s? Yes, please. The only thing you need is your imagination. Well, actually, there's a bit more to it than imagination. Everything you see here is made with code. This monstrosity of free play is run by a server and code. Today, I will be teaching you the basics and maybe some advanced things about SAMP scripting. Note that I am not a professional. There are definitely better scripters than me, but I think I can explain the most important things about coding in SAMP. In this video, I will be helping you install your first SAMP server and help you navigate through all resources. So let's start. Okay, to start, we're going to go to the SA-MP website, to the downloads page. We're going to download the SAMP Windows server. You click on it. I'm going to save it anywhere. I already have one installed, I'm not going to download it. We're going to go here. We open the zip file, and these are the script files you need. We're gonna create a folder, I will call this one server, and we are gonna extract these files into the server folder. Now we have the server here. You're already gonna think, what are all these folders? Well, I'm going to explain everything. We're gonna first start off with the files. You have the server readme. This is not so important, I never use this. You can just skip this, this is not so important. Then we have the server.config. This is very important because this is where you're gonna load your scripts, save your database, create the name for your server, etc. This is the SAMP server. This is how you're gonna start the server. When you click on this, normally it will give a pop-out. Now it's not giving a pop-out. Later on we're gonna adjust this so our server can start. SAMP NPC, that's gonna be a different episode because this is quite difficult. This is the SAMP license. This is also not so important. This is just license agreement and attributions. Then we have the announce. The announce will give a message to everybody in the SAMP server. And now we're gonna go to the folders. First we have the script files. These are the resources that your server will need in case you use a script that will use these resources. Pano. Pano is actually the software that we're going to use to code for SAMP. So if we open it, you're gonna get this type of app. We're gonna just create a new file and boom, you're gonna see code here that will be used in playthrough videos for SAMP. Now when we close this, we're gonna go to NPC modes. This is just code and recordings for NPCs. This will also be talked about in later videos. Now we have the includes. These includes are important for our scripts, so these are quite just shortcuts. And then we have the game modes. These are the main kind of, this is the heart of our server. This is what we basically need for our server to work. You will notice that the game mode servers are often the biggest scripts. The game mode scripts are the biggest ones. You see we have here 530 lines of scripts. And then we have the filter scripts. These are smaller individual scripts that can also be used in the server. Now when we go to the server.config, we will see that this is not so important. This is just for executing the server. We have LAN mode and we have the password. This is for the admin. You could change this to whatever you want. I'm just gonna do server. You have the max players, port, Then you have the host name. This is the name for your server. You just call this server. Then here you can put your game mode in. When you go to game modes, you will find Grand Lark, and it's also here. You're gonna have to address your game mode with a 1 or a 0. 0 means don't execute, 1 means execute. Then you have all of these filter scripts, which you can also see in the filter scripts folder. This just executes them all. Then you have the announce, that's the announce.exe file here. Chat logging, I don't know what this really does, it's also not so important. The web URL, this is just the URL that you can put into your SAMP server in case you have made one. All of these variables, they are not so important, you can change them, but we're just gonna keep them here, just like this. Max NPC, that is the maximum amount of NPCs you can have on your server. The log time format, I also don't know what this is, I never use it. And the language, you can just change it from English to Russian, anything. This will pop out on your server list. Now, to start our server, I think we can just press SAMP server. Okay. So when you change the password and the host name, that is when your server will start. After you have started the server, I suspect you have already downloaded SAMP into your GTA San Andreas folder. If you have not, I will suggest to watch a video about installing SAMP. This is the pop-out. This is the pop for your SAMP server. Here is all the information about how your server has started, what is loaded in, what has loaded in, what hasn't loaded in. And this basically means that your server has started. Now when you click on SAMP, when you open it, you will see here SAMP 0.3 server. Normally it should be server, but I don't know why it's called SAMP 0.3 server. So when we click on it and click connect, I just put my name as ASD. When we connect, the server should work. We're gonna wait till it loads in. So here it says Grand Larceny. Grand Larceny is this, I guess, the starter game mode that you get when you download a new server. This is just so you can have some material so you can work on your SAMP server. As you can see, we have loaded in. This is our SAMP server. People can join, but of course nobody is gonna find this server, so now it's only me. But I don't want this game mode. It's not so versatile. I do not have anything to do with this game mode, so I think I'm just gonna delete this. So we're gonna quit the game. We're gonna create a new game mode. We're gonna go to Pauno. We open Pauno.exe, and we're just gonna click here to this new file. This is just a starter file. If we run this, it should normally work. We're just gonna save this as server. You can give it any name you want, and it's automatically gonna be saved at the game modes. So we save it there, and now let's see. This is not important. In the next video, we are going to be talking about some of this stuff. Now we're gonna compile it. Compiling makes sure that your pawn file will be translated to a different file called AMX. The because GTA San Andreas normally cannot read pawn files. Pawn is just a tool, so we can script these files. AMX files are actually the ones that GTA San Andreas uses. So we're gonna click on compile, and normally this is what you should see. You should not get any errors or any warnings. Now we're gonna close this, and now we have to go to the server.cfg file, because this is what we need, so we can put our game mode in our SAMP server. So Grand Lark, we're not gonna use this. We're gonna remove that, and we're gonna type in server 1. So 1 means execute, so we have executed our server game mode. So you can see the server game mode here. We're gonna close the SAMP server, and now we're gonna start it again. So you see everything has started. We're gonna go to SAMP, and okay, I can see I already forgot, you have to save your config file whenever you make changes. Now we're gonna open it, and we're gonna wait again. Normally, what you should see is a very bare bones empty game mode, so there's basically just nothing. You should normally get this. These two buttons don't do anything, but you can spawn as CJ. This is the most bare bones you can get. There's literally nothing here, it's just CJ and the OG San Andreas map. This is basically our sandbox that we're going to use so we can make adjustments and make scripts. So this is your first server, and we have also now learned to navigate throughout our server. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something new. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. This will give me motivation to make more tutorials for this series. If you have any questions or feedback, you can comment on my video and I will try to respond or answer your questions. I will try to upload every Thursday, but the days can change depending on my situation and how long a video will take to make. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.